Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special draft here on the channel. Today, we are joined by a guest who can only be described as a legend in the MTG community. That's right, today we are joined by LegenVD, LVD himself. Welcome to the channel once more.
Thank you. You're too kind.
The best word to describe you, and it also fits with your name, so I shouldn't take all the credit. All the credit should go to you, as always. But yeah, welcome back to the channel. It's nice to have you. And what are your thoughts generally on this draft format before we dive in?
Well, I like adventures. Adventures are a fun card design to play in both limited and constructed. So always looking to pick as many of those as I can. I think the bargain mechanics also pretty interesting in the set. So having enablers, cards like Prophetic Prism also letting you splash, I put a pretty high priority on. But yeah, in general, just let the draft guide me. I don't have a strong preference going in.
Nice. I was about to ask if there's any deck that you really like to draft or any deck that you really don't like to draft. So maybe we can have something to keep our eye out for when we're taking these cards.
Again, not don't have any strong preferences going in. So I'll usually just go with the flow and try and be flexible, not commit to any certain color pair going in. But yeah, if I can end up with as many adventure cards as possible, that's probably not a bad strat.
Perfect. Let's go on an adventure then. Yeah, if you folks are watching my channel and you've never heard of LegenVD somehow, LVD is a fantastic Magic the Gathering YouTuber and Twitch streamer. He makes videos on his own channel, which will be linked in the description, and you can go subscribe to. And he also makes videos for the official MTG Arena YouTube channel, which is always cool to see such a fantastic creator get recognized by the official folks up there at Wizards. Oh my gosh, this draft pod went from 7 to 3. I think they realized that we have the dynamic duo in the queue. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Have you been enjoying this format in constructed as well? Like the cards, do they have any an impact? I know you make a lot of standard videos as well.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird setup in standard since there wasn't any actual rotation. So that affected kind of the overall dynamic a little bit. But yeah, definitely had an impact on standard, I would say. So
that's always good.
We'll see if we come across any of those cards unlimited.
Yeah. It's funny, usually I'm the last person to hit the ready button because I record a little intro when everyone else hits the ready button for my video. And so I know how other people feel a little bit whenever I'm the one waiting. Okay, so when we open our first pack, I'll let you like talk us through it, like your just general approach when you open any booster pack. So we've opened our pack. Where does your eye immediately go?
I immediately skip over Waste Knots and look at the actual rare. Yeah, Apprentice's Folly is an interesting build around. Of course, plays well with Bargain if you can sank the enchantment before it goes away. Any creatures with ETB effects will go up in value. So that could potentially be a way to go. The uncommons, the green-white one's quite powerful. Of course, it's a pretty big commitment to 2 colors. Yeah. Best common in the pack, I would say probably the Hamlet Glutton I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
In any bargain strategy. So I could see going with either the common, the rare, or the uncommon I mentioned. Even the red-white uncommon actually is pretty good for
this card's pretty
the aggressive decks.
I've never tried this card, so let's take this one and see if we can maybe build some cool bargain type deck. I like all of the cards that you mentioned. I think those were the 4 that I would have looked at as well. And even though this is a gold card, it can be pretty fun to try and build around those ones because rares are harder to get. Okay, so now in this pack, there is a Tenacious Tome Seeker as like a maybe spells payoff with Bargain, so maybe the perfect card to go with Apprentice's Folly. There is Redtooth Vanguard. There's a Rat. There's a removal spell. What do you like here?
Yeah, the 2 top blue cards. I like Gadwig's First Jewel as well quite a bit. Just does a lot for just 2 mana. And then, yeah, any bargain card that fits into blue-reds. This one's pretty good too.
Yeah. It's funny, I think I wheeled Gadwig's First Duel yesterday, which was kind of crazy. It's the sort of card that like really does a lot of stuff in some decks and does nothing in others, which is why I guess you can get it late sometimes. There's also Dragon Mantle, which is sometimes cute. What do you think about taking Tenacious Tome Seeker to follow up the Folly?
Yeah, I think I like Tome Seeker.
Nice.
And then be on the lookout for cheap instants and sorceries. If we can wheel the Sleight of Hand, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Okay, and now we see not a lot going on here.
I think the
There's
best card is probably the Tough Cookie in green.
yeah, I really agree. I definitely agree. I think it's also like blue green can totally splash and stuff, and so we could play like blue green splash Apprentice's Folly. My gosh, this pack is pretty weak. Other than that, I would say. Like, what do you even like after Tough Cookie in this pack?
Feed the Cauldron's all right.
Yeah.
The Werefox in green, I don't mind. As
Yeah.
another adventure card, but
Yeah.
yeah, Tough Cookie definitely stands out.
You did a really cool thumbnail with Tough Cookie recently, and
Right.
I liked the artwork a lot. Your thumbnails look really cool. Yeah, big fan. Okay.
I tried going with a Shrek reference at some point, but didn't quite work out, so I had to change it up.
I love making Shrek references in this set, but it really hits for the people that know Shrek, and I feel like a lot of people have seen Shrek, but like I don't know. I just every time I see Gumdrop Poisoner, I just immediately think, not the Gumdrop buttons. Just okay. So in this pack, there is Woodland Acolyte as a nice value card. There is an adventure as you like. There's a Flick a Coin. There is a Return from the Wilds, Crystal Grotto. What do you want to take here?
I think if this were like pack one, pick one, I would go with Acolyte. But since we're already committed to a bit of the blue-red spells theme, I'm a fan of Flick a Coin.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely.
Tough Cookie into Return from the Wilds as kind of a green fixer could also be reasonable. But for now, I think we Flick a Coin could also fix our mana.
Yeah, I agree completely. That's the exact. It's great because that's exactly what I was thinking, like literally to the letter. Okay, so now there's a Belligerent of the Ball. There is Grabby Giant, Cooped Up, another Werefox that we're seeing, and yeah, another interesting spot.
Yep, Grabby Giant, I don't mind. The adventure gives us some more fixing, and then the creature itself isn't terrible, especially late game if we're flooding a bit.
Yeah, I like this pick as well. Also, just the more treasures we get, the more likely we are. I feel like Tough Cookie's not the best splash off of treasures because you need the green to be able to activate it. But also just giving us flexibility where we could totally play like red, green, splash blue or all sorts of stuff where blues maybe we're not seeing the most open, but we've got some good cards. Okay, now there's Return from the Wilds. There is Obira's Attendance. Succumb to the Cold. It's funny because we've seen a few decent white cards in a row. There was Cooped Up and now Hopeful Vigil. But we're not really going that direction. What do you want to take here?
I'm a fan of the Attendance. Another adventure creature. Both modes are fine. Like 5 mana is a little pricey, but 3/4 beats down hard.
Yeah.
And having any combat trick stapled onto a creature, I'm a fan of.
Yeah, it's funny because a 3/4 flyer, like even just like a couple years ago, was just like pretty reasonable for 5 mana. Like there were some that were just like vanilla 3/4 flyers for 5, like in War of the Spark, which weren't terrible to play. And now it's just like even with an adventure, it's not always the craziest. Oh,
more white cards.
I'm starting to suspect white. Yeah, I'm starting to suspect white was open in this spot, but I don't think it's ever been like correct to take a white card. It's one of those interesting spots.
Yeah, Hopeful Vigil I'm a fan of for sure, but Flicking a Coin seems fine here.
Yeah, this is such a cool card. It's just such a satisfying card to play too. Whenever you hit an X1 with this, it just feels like you've won the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is another nice pick for us. Okie doke. More white cards, then a couple of blue ones, and a Candy Trail.
Yeah, both of the blue creatures would be fine filler for the deck. We're a bit light on 2-drops ourselves, so I could see taking the Prowler here.
What do you think of the Candy Trail?
Yeah, if you're a food deck, it's fine filler, but wouldn't play it outside of it.
Yeah,
like maybe in a bargain heavy deck that's struggling for sacrifice fodder, but that's usually not a problem.
Okie doke. I assume we just take Red Cap Thief here. So when you're drafting, I seem to remember you being the sort of person that likes to kind of look at your curve as you draft. Is that something that you still do when you're building?
Oh yeah, for sure. like if you're drafting in paper where you don't maybe get to look at all your cards as you're drafting, I'll always in between packs try and lay out my curve, make a mental note of how many 2-drops I have, because that's usually something I'll struggle with, is not getting enough 2-drops.
Mm-hmm. How
But
many
on
do you like
Arena
to
it's
aim
easy.
for? How many do you like to aim for? The
It's not
two-drop
like I have
department.
a fixed number. It also depends on kind of the archetype. Like blue-red spells is probably less in need of 2-mana creatures. If you've got some, cheap removal cantrips, that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sleight of hand's great here.
We wield it, just like you said.
And yeah, I might pick up the 2-drop here just in case.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I said it's funny because in my head it's like if I get 6 2-drops, I'm pretty happy usually. But I don't know where I came up with 6. I think 6 was just like, oh, I'll just pick a number and then see how it feels. But
Yeah, that feels like a good amount.
but if I get less than that, it usually works out fine. Like it depends on the deck too, because some decks really need to hit their 2-drop on turn 2, and other decks really don't care as much.
Yeah, I usually don't like playing decks that if they miss their 2-drops, it feels like you're already behind. I prefer playing decks that have a bit more flexibility where you can play a bit more mid-rangey late game. And that's why adventures are so perfect, because they can potentially give you that early play that you need. But at the same time, you're not going to completely get run over if you don't curve out perfectly.
Yeah, that makes sense completely. I really like adventures because they just give you so much flexibility, so many modes. Okay, so the skip to our actual rare probably, but this card is cool.
Yeah,
I
it could be
should
fun in a fairy deck, but that's
yeah.
about it.
There's also Tenacious Tome Seeker. There's a
So
counter
Seeker is good.
spell. There's an
And
adventure.
the
That's
common
completely fine.
adventure creature is fine too. So
This
yeah,
guy.
any of those central blue cards would be fine for me.
Yeah, I kind of want to take this guy. I just really love the idea of having it come into play, copy with Apprentice Folly, and I just like more bargain cards to go with the Folly so that we can sack it to not keep our guys.
Yep, and the treasures also work well as enablers.
Yeah, the treasures from Flick a Coin. Our deck is really coming together. I haven't drafted blue-red before, despite doing a lot of drafts, and I'm excited to see how this one does. Here, there's Hearth Elemental, which is just this card has been way better than I thought it would be. Not gonna lie, and it seems pretty good in our deck because we have a lot of spells and adventures.
Yep, I've yet to adventure it while empty-handed, but just casting it for like 2 or 3 mana is usually pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny because every time, like when I was first like playing the set, my opponents would play this card, and I'd be like, "Wow, my opponents are so lucky. Every time they cast Hearth Elemental, they have no cards in hand." And then I was like, "Oh, they're just saving it. They've just been sitting on it the whole game." Oh, but yeah, there's also Flick a Coin, but hopefully, and then we might wheel Sleight of Hand because we did last
I
time.
also wouldn't mind wheeling that Evolving Wilds just to maybe get a little bit of fixing going.
Yeah.
Even in a 2-color deck, I'm happy with 1 or 2.
Yeah,
But
I'm really happy
Hearth
I'm really happy to
Elemental
hear
it
you
is.
say that because I often take things like Evolving Wilds for a 2-color deck, and people always ask questions about it. But
Oh yeah,
I think
I get that question constantly.
it's like, why are you
And
playing
then I have an
Evolving
opening
Wilds?
hand with like 3 islands, and then
Yes.
I'll be like, see, this is why we play Evolving Wilds.
Yeah, or you have the better one where it's like 2 islands and an Evolving Wilds. You're like, look, guys, if this was another island, we'd be toast. Oh yeah. So I think there's cut in here as a removal spell, and then there's like back for seconds, which isn't our color. There's another Obira's Attendance. I assume we're just taking
cut
a
in
kill
looks
spell.
good here. A nice beefy removal spell.
Yeah, I really like this card. I think the Young Hero Roll token is really sweet and plays really well with like random little flyers or just a lot of cards. We have a lot of treasures here too, and so
at first when reading the Young Roll, I thought it would say like toughness 3 or it would be toughness less than 3, but the fact that it still gets a counter on 3 toughness is actually pretty significant.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's the same. I think everyone kind of read it the same way. Where you, the first time my opponent attacked me with a 3/3 and it became a 4/4, I was like, "Oh, that's a problem." So here there's a rare Farsight Ritual, and then there's also another Grabby Giant.
I think we can take the rare here for the collection.
Exactly. I'm all about collection gaming. That's my motto. It just reminds me of like Dig Through Time or something, which is historically a cool card. Also, this can help us set up our combos with Apprentice's Folly, and I feel like this plus Tenacious Stone Seeker.
Exactly, just good to get back.
Yeah. Ooh, some more cards for the blue-red deck. There's Catapult.
This pack has 2 cards that I like to combine, which is Catapult with Curiosity. But
oh man, yeah. Which one's more likely to wheel? That's the question. I
That's
feel
a
like
tough
we're.
question
I
indeed.
feel like we're more
Well,
likely to
given that
wheel.
there's four
Yeah.
blue cards in the
Yeah.
pack, we might wheel the Curiosity, so I would take the Catapult maybe, but you could also take the Stopgap if we want more interaction.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the exact same thing. There being 4 blue cards, so we might wheel the Curiosity. We're probably going to wheel one of the blue cards because I don't know how many other people are trying to draft blue, and this card's
Yeah,
pretty
and
good in our deck.
we might need a filler 2-drop as well, so any of those blue 2-drops could fill the gap.
Yeah, there's a Living Lectern here. I always forget that this draws you a card when you sacrifice it because I very rarely play this card. There's also an Into the Fey Court. There is Quick Study, and yeah, that's kind of it for our colors.
So I want to take the card draw spells, but there's this little voice in the back of my head saying take the 2-drop. So I don't know.
Okay, let's listen to the little voice in the back of your head. It's. I was trying to think of a way that could be like be an LVD pun, like. Oh yes,
Okay.
the combo.
Now we just need to get a couple more catapults and we're in business.
We've got Sleight of Hand. We've got Farsight Ritual. We're just like digging for the combo at this point. I've never done this combo, but it's just incredible. We have 3 instants, 2 sorceries, plus a bunch of adventure cards. This is gonna be so cool. I've never. It's funny because I ooh, now we get a stopgap or a prism. Which one do you want? Which one would you prefer?
I think we can use the stopgap, but
Perfect.
definitely wouldn't mind getting a prism later.
I think there was a prism in our opening pack, so we might wheel that one in the very next pack. Also, I will say the Curiosity Unruly Catapult combo, it was hilarious because I didn't notice it at first, and then I read something that you had put out about it where it was like, oh, I think just taking the counter spell maybe. But yeah, I read something that you had put out about it where it was like, oh, look at this is all I want to do in the format. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's an infinite combo. Because normally when you put Curiosity on a pinger, it's like Niv Mizzet and you just win the game in Commander or something. And so then I was doing a draft and I saw Curiosity. I was like, this is actually an infinite combo. And then I saw the Catapult later in the draft and I was like, never mind. It's not quite infinite. It's just very good.
It's just infinite value.
It's infinite value, exactly. Which is functionally the same. Oh my gosh, this deck is so cool. Oh, there's another Attendance. We wield it. That's pretty wild.
Nice.
We're just getting it all. We're just living the dream. Troyan. Troyan is such a good card. It just is not in the best home always. I feel like we've got a really good...
Tough Cookie can probably migrate to the sideboard now.
Yeah, Tough Cookie, you're out of here. We wield the stopgap and the Lectern, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I think both are reasonable here.
Yeah.
We picked a Lectern earlier, so that's fine.
Okie doke. So, pack 3 has begun. Are there anything... I mean, obviously, we need a couple more 2-drops, but are there any other gaps you're looking to fill in the deck, or still just waiting to see what the draft gives us?
I think the deck's pretty well fleshed out. Wouldn't mind maybe like one more good removal spell.
Well, we got one more good removal spell. Let's go.
Yeah.
3 mana deal 3.
It's not a bad effect, honestly, even if we don't cast a creature. Although I'm also looking at some of the blue cards here. The Gatekeeper isn't bad as kind of a 2-mana play that still gives us more late game. Yeah. And the Dragon's not bad either. So both of those I wouldn't mind either, but
I feel like this card's pretty good. We might wheel the blue card. We've been wheeling a lot of blue cards. Also, one of the reasons I like this card is because I'm just like, it's just so cool in my head to be like, oh yeah, we can cast the Duelist part off of all of our Flick-a-Coin treasures.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a real thing.
Okay, now here there is a random 1-drop. There is another Hearth Elemental, which, I mean, our deck has so many. We have instant sorceries and adventures. That's pretty much our deck, I feel like. And then there's a Transmuter. I feel like it's probably Hearth Elemental.
Yeah, Elemental seems fine.
It's going to cost like 1 mana in our deck a lot of the time. Also, it's such a cool card to just like get another 4 or 5 with this thing. I don't know. Apprentice's Folly has led to a very cool draft that I do not think I would have ended up in. But I'm very happy. Oh my gosh. 2-drop. This is a great 2-drop. We have a lot of instant sorceries and fairies, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, not bad.
And then we'll probably wheel Stopgap, because we did last time. I love Cut-In too, but yeah.
Yeah, the Sprite is also interesting in this deck since we do have a decent amount of instants and sorceries to discount. The 1 toughness can definitely be a liability at times.
Yeah, whenever my 1 toughness guy gets flicked by a coin, I just like imagine a giant coin dropping from the sky and crushing my creature, and it's always a sad moment. I'm just like, gosh darn it. Oh man. So Picklock Prankster joining the team. Now there's an Evolving Wilds, and
Yeah, I don't mind that one.
I feel like there's nothing
Doesn't
much.
seem like a sentry deck.
No, not really. There's also Charade as a splash card. Yeah, nothing much else here. There's also Into the Fey Court. Have you played with this card at all? It
Not
feels,
much, but
yeah,
it's a fine effect if you cast it. It's just that there's so many other, more
yeah,
efficient cards out there. We've got double
yeah,
Hearth Elemental filling a similar
yeah.
role.
Whenever I cast this card, I like feel like I die the next turn. It's just like, oh yeah, you just spent 5 mana and made a 1/1 that can't block ground creatures.
Yeah.
Just like, welcome to the squad. Okay, now there's a counter spell of sorts. We have a couple fairies to make it better, and then there's a grabby giant, and there's a mocking sprite.
Yeah, would you mind showing the fairy count in the deck overview, just so we have
Yeah,
an idea?
we have 3
3
fairies
right now. Okay. Probably not too into the spell stutter then, but we
Yeah,
could try either of the 3 drops.
the grabby, the mocking, or this one. Let's try mocking sprite then.
Yeah.
We probably are gonna wheel quick study.
Ooh,
Ooh,
spreading seas. You're looking at the 3 drop. I'm looking at the spreading seas.
I was literally, you said ooh, and I was like, we're on the same wavelength here. And then you could tell exactly by the way that I wasn't getting excited. I could take
Have you
spreading
ever mana screwed someone with spreading seas unlimited? It's
No, but
very
I'm
satisfying.
about to find out how that feels though. Let's go. We'll take
It's
the
also
LVD
bargain
pick.
enablers, so
Heck yeah.
it
We'll
fills a
take,
few roles.
Threadbind click. Let's go. We have 3 sources of treasure, and I don't think we play planes for Evolving Wilds, but we can just play a 4-mana 3/3 flyer that sometimes does stuff. I feel like this card is
I mean,
sweet.
at this point, a planes wouldn't be crazy either.
Yeah, we have 2 white cards. And I'd be down to play planes, but we'll do it in the deck construction. There's a spell stutter now. Now that we have a 4th fairy. Spell stutter.
No, it's definitely more reasonable.
Also just like decent with some of our instant speed shenanigans. I tend to
for
not like the
sure.
card outside of like fairies decks because like in the late game it's a huge liability.
Yeah.
And like if you don't have any other instants, yes, we wield the gatekeeper.
Nice.
I had a feeling.
Good call.
People for some reason, it's funny. I had a like that feeling where you have like a card blindness where you just don't see it in the packs sometimes. I kind of had that for the first like 2 weeks. I was like, why is it like every time I play a draft, my opponent crushes me with this card and I never have it. And then I realized that I just wasn't seeing it in packs. Random 2-drop. Probably won't play, but.
Yep.
So what do you think of the way our deck turned out?
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan. It seems to be, flexible enough. We've got interaction, card draw, good threats, some nice, a nice rare at least. So seems like a pretty balanced deck overall.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Oh, we wield the spell stutter, and now we have a bunch more fairies. Or a couple more. We have 4 fairies. Maybe 5 if we play Into the Fey Court. Okay. We have some cuts to make here. Well,
yeah, it's going to be tough. Do we keep the catapult combo? Curiosity would have been better in a deck with a few cheaper flyers and potentially like, Ginger Brute's another good combo with it.
I feel like the way this works is if you've got Curiosity combo, then you've got Curiosity combo. You don't cut the combo when you're making a draft. If we cut combos, what is this? This is we've like there's certain rules of society that one must follow. When you have the sick this combo is so sick. I am incredibly biased. But yeah, we have a couple flyers. We have I guess 5 fairies and an Into the Fey Court that we could play. I'm gonna start moving cards to the side that I would consider cutting, and then you can let me know what you think of the general ideas that I am throwing out into the void. I mean,
also just double Prowler at 2 mana to combo with our Hearth Elementals, pretty sweet.
Oh my gosh, that is a cool combo. While I was drafting Prowlers, I was literally going to ask you if you know how that interaction works. If it counts as an expensive spell when you cast it for cheap.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, it's funny because there are some cards like when you cast an X spell while it's on the stack, it has the converted mana cost or the mana value of the X value. But I guess with this one, it's just a discount, so it counts for it. And that's what I was hoping. But yeah, I've never played Coral Smith. I've never seen it in play really. I think we can safely cut that one. And
Yeah,
then,
whenever I'm in doubt on like a rules question, like of course if there's a judge nearby I'll ask, but otherwise I try to find like an analog that appeared in standard. And in this case, there's like Up the Beanstalk, the 2 mana green enchantment that draws. And
yeah.
then in standard, there's Leyline Binding, which is technically a 6 mana card, but
Oh,
it gets a discount. So
gosh.
those actually work together.
That's insane. My gosh. I was like, it's funny because you said if I can't find a judge, and then you immediately like went into your like in depth. Oh, I'll think about these standard interactions. And my first thought was I'll just jam it in my deck and see what happens. I had like I had like a bargain card that I wanted to cast. Like I wanted to sacrifice a saga on like with the thing on the stack. I was like, oh, I want to bargain this card. I wonder if I can just bargain on my in response to the saga trigger. And then I was just like, I'll think about it. I'll ask Twitch chat, and then I'll just kind of go for it. Okay, so I cut like the random 2 drops and like some of our other kind of junkers. We could cut Living Lectern maybe. We could cut Diminisher Witch probably. Maybe cut Ice out. I kind of like our Treasure Makers. I don't love Red Cap Thief as a card. Do you want to play a Plains in this deck, do you think?
Um,
For the Duelist
think
and the what are the and the
looking
Threadbare?
looking at our like 2 and 3 mana cards, it's not like we have a lot of double pips. So I think
Mm-hmm.
1 planes is probably okay.
Yeah, and that way we can get in both of those cards pretty easily, and probably then cut the Red Cap Thief. I
Yep.
I I don't love the Red Cap Thief. It feels like playing a 3 mana 2/3 too much of the time.
Yeah, it's like if you need a celebration enabler, I guess it's fine, but
Yeah.
I don't tend to draft those like hyper aggressive decks too often.
Yeah. Gonna cut the Lectern. Dude, what do you think of Ice Out? Have you played it before? It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like you know, it's the 3 mana counter spell with set mechanic. It's usually not exciting, but in this deck it might be okay. We've got a decent amount of instant speed play, so it's
yeah,
easier to keep up,
yeah.
but could take it or leave it.
Well, we have to make 8 more cuts unless we're cutting lands. Do you ever cut lands when you have sleight of hand in the deck or some stuff like that?
Sometimes, yeah, for sure. If we have
'Cause,
enough cheap cantrips, I can see going down 1 land potentially.
we have
Uh,
3 cantrips. It looks like. Um, I'm just like,
this deck, while it can, use 6 mana to cast a Gatekeeper, I think like it mostly tops off at 5.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
We could
then
probably cut a mountain because we have 7 sources, and then we have the 2 slights to find lands. Click a coin. We have a lot of cantrips. I feel like cutting a land is probably fine, and our deck is pretty cheap, as you said. I kind of like the fairies that we have to make sure that our counter spells are still live in the late game while also being good on turn 2.
yeah,
Um, what do you think of cutting these 3 cards? The Into the Fake Court, the
yeah,
Ice
I
Out, and
think
the
I'm on
Grand
board.
Focused. I also think with Hearth Elemental, cutting other card draw makes sense. And then we still have 4 cuts to make. This is insane. There's a Grabby Giant, which can sack the Flick a Coin tokens and be a treasure enabler. I forgot we had
Yeah,
this card.
I gotta put it in the 2-drop slot so curve looks better.
Just put all the cards in the 2 drops. Oh, we can cast this adventure for 2. Just
Oh yeah.
yeah, just look at
that,
look at
that
this
that
go.
one doesn't happen all that often on turn 2, but
2 mana gain 2. So we have 4 more cuts to make. Do you have any thoughts?
um it pains my heart, but we could cut the catapult combo. I'm also looking at like the double attendance, and the -4 -0 trick is
Mm-hmm.
better if we actually have power on the board as opposed to an 0-4.
Yeah.
So that's like a tiny interaction I'm thinking of, but
Yeah. We have the 2 prowlers that go with it, but we also I haven't loved this mocking sprite just because it's a 1 toughness guy. Oh my gosh, our deck is so heavily blue. That's wild. My thought I think would be to cut mocking sprite and cut jeez Louise, it's so hard to find cuts. And then cut like 1 copy of this card and cut, how many creatures do we even have? We have 15. But yeah, cut like 1 of these, this card, and then Man, cutting Grabby Giant maybe. It's tough.
It hurts to cut the attendance when we have double Prowler, and I kind of like double Prowler as our 2-drop, as something like proactive we can do. So I might be tempted to then cut one Spell Stutter, one Mocking Sprite, and then 2 cards left. Could just cut Curiosity and Catapult, but if you want to try it, I'm not going to stop you.
I've never assembled that combo, and I feel like I have very limited windows where I have another drafter who will convince me to draft blue-red to the degree where it will work. We could cut Grabby Giant. We don't really need Reach. It's kind of a medium card. And then could cut Grabby Giant and... It's funny because Curiosity would be a cut, except for the dream scenario that we're living in. But I think cutting Grabby Giant is fine. And then, yeah, and then like Balloonist Gatekeeper or something maybe. It is a 2-drop and it's an expensive spell for this guy.
Yeah, I like the Gatekeeper. I'm biased.
Okay, there's one cut to make. I could cut... There's 4 instants, 5 sorceries, and a bunch of adventures. Could cut a Tome Seeker, I guess, but that card's pretty good in our deck, I feel like. But
yeah, I guess we should take a look at the actual instants and sorceries we're getting back with Tome Seeker.
Cut in, Flick a Coin, Johans.
Flick a Coin's a little underwhelming, but yeah, double Stopgap, cut in, the Ritual, those are all pretty reasonable things to get back.
Cutting it'll be fine, though, probably. We need to make room somewhere. We have a decent number of 3-drops. And I don't think we want to go down any lower on the 2-drop department. Also, this just makes things like...
What's our bargain count at the moment? Is it just to 1 Tome Seeker now?
We have 2 Stopgaps.
Oh, right.
The Tome Seeker.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable.
3 bargain cards to go with the Folly. Maybe that's a reason to keep the Tome Seeker in. I feel like 4 is probably a better number. And we have a lot of instants and sorceries. So, yeah. So far, I've been pretty happy with all of our cuts. I do like Grabby Giant a little bit. But we could, like, cut 1 Obira's Attendance. Because we aren't really a combat trick deck.
That's fair. It is better in blue-green where you've got more beef.
Yeah, our creatures are pretty tiny. But, yeah, we have a lot of expensive spells still. We have 4 expensive spells to go with the Stormkeld Prowlers, which I feel like you only need to cast 1 for this to be good.
Yeah, 1 is definitely enough to make it pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm excited to play this deck. Thanks again to Luca for coming on. And do you have any closing thoughts? Where can people find you? I mean, I know I already talked about your YouTube and Twitch and stuff, but having you shouted out would also be great. And, yeah, just any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just thanks for having me. This has been a lot of fun, and hopefully the draft goes well, and I didn't train wreck it for you.
So my rule, Luca, is that if the draft goes well, it's all credit to the guest for helping me draft an incredible deck, and if it goes terribly, then it's pilot error in the games.
Sure. I'll
so you get all the credit, I'll take all the blame, and it'll be it's been a great time. Thank you so much for coming on as a guest. As I said, check him out on YouTube, on Twitch. Both will be linked in the description. He's at LegenVD. So just think he's a legend and then just put in the V in there because it's a great pun. I really like the username a lot because it lines up with your names, initials, and stuff like that. But that's going to do it for the draft portion, and I'll see all of you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a brief shout out to the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you've been enjoying my videos and would like to support my content directly, then Patreon is the best way to do so. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a way for viewers to give back to the content that they enjoy. So if my videos have made your life a little bit brighter, maybe if you want some extra booster packs or gems on Magic Arena, and you just enjoy the channel, then Patreon is a way for you to give back and help me continue making high quality content on a consistent basis. You'll also gain access to things like my Wilds of Eldraine tier list, where I grade every single card in the set on an A through F scale, and other things like drafts with me, or even being featured in these credits, because I do want to give a special shout out to the patrons who support at the credits level. It really does mean a lot and helps the channel grow and thrive. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. It is time for me to pilot this masterpiece we have crafted, assemble our combos, win if possible, but if I lose, it's my fault, and if we win, all credit goes to our glorious guest, LegenVD. I was gonna say Luca, but he's known in the biz. Oh, what a rip. But yeah, seriously, do check out his stuff. He's a great content guy. Everyone really that I've ever heard really enjoys it, and I think you probably will too. A little bit of a brew going on, but this is where we full focus. Oh, do I want to block? I kind of want to just burn something, play my guy. I'll trade. This guy's gonna be a while before he does anything. This is gonna be okay. We can duelist whatever they play this turn. Sure, you get a 2 for 1. I get a 2 for 1. Everyone's happy. They're playing white-black. We're just going to be mana efficient here. We'll hold up our instant. We don't get to bargain, but looking at the top 4 is still good. Choose 2. And then maybe we can even get it back later. Then we can play this guy into something. Oh, you're trying to play around my counterspell, I see. Little do you know, I have a far side ritual. Ooh, nice. So I don't want the land right now. What's my plan next turn? Probably play this 3-1. I think I take the bounce spell and the sleight of hand. I could also take the 3/4 flyer, but maybe that's better. Just jam 3/4 flyer. Yeah, that is better. Boom. Deal with that, buddy, old pal. Actually, please don't. I don't want you to. Let's go. What are they holding up? Is it kill a small creature? Yenna. That won't stand. Look at this. We get to take advantage of it right away. I need a hero! That song has unironically been stuck in my head for the past couple weeks, and I'm just realizing that it's because I've been reading the word hero a lot. No! No! There is no hope. Only pain. I will get my value. Pod 1 of the combo! We might just play this as a 4/5. I should have tapped my mana better. And then I'll just shrink their 5/5 so they can't hit me very hard. Okay. They know what's in my hand. Let's just say that went well for me. How deep do I want to go here? I could bounce their guy. But then they get to replay the -2 part. And get another food. I think I'll just play this. Take it slow and steady. Use my prankster ability. Get some pings in. Look for curiosity, maybe. This can't get curiosity, sadly. So if we mill it in the top 4, such is life. That's life! This is a card I do not want to bounce. Sad day. No! You betrayed me, Picklock Prankster. Ultimate betrayal. Oh, that's so good. And I have 2 different bargain spells. I'm going to make 2 3/4s. Wow, Apprentice's Folly is so good for me here. And I'm going to get to copy my other guy. Then I'm going to get to buy back Cut In or Farsight Ritual. Copy my Catapult. Now I can't imagine losing. This game went from really, really kind of medium to holy heck, I'm crushing them. Oh my gosh, I can even just bounce it back to my hand normally. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Doesn't have the same name as a token I control. Normally a good card. Kind of laughable here. Sure, we'll make a token copy of that guy. I do 2 damage this way. Bounce something is another 2 damage. I've got 4 damage here. So you're 5 plus 2. This guy can get back a sleight of hand or something. First, let's just attack them. I think they're dead. Sleight of hand, here we come. Yeah, they're definitely dead. How sweet is this? Oh, we could mana screw them. Not really. Woo! Got him. Easy victory. That is how you get the job done. The Catapult did some serious work there. Also, our first pick, or maybe it was, I think it was our first pick, the Apprentice's Folly was amazing. What a rip off the top of the old library. That was pretty excellent. Got to be said. Got to be said. Okay, round 2. I am ready for whatever you throw at me. Alpha Metroid. Here we go. Oh, nice hand here. Got our sleight of hand to dig. I always do that, where it like grabs the card that I don't want it to. Spell Stutter. I will take it over the Tome Seeker, I think. I don't have anything to bargain, and now I can hold up my this thing or my counterspell. Another black-white matchup. Monstrosity, you say? You get blocked by an unruly catapult. It is true. It is true. Sure, I wouldn't have wanted to counter that anyway. Thank goodness. I will take... Obyrus, because I have this Storm-Killed Prowler guy. Just be mana efficient here. Hope to draw an island. Yes! I am a little bit worried. I am going to hold up Spell Stutter here. And Obyrus Prowler at the same time. They know I have this. And I get to ping them. Plink, plink, plink. This next turn has some potential. Playing this thing would have been... It's not something I have because I want to use it to draw 2 cards. Sure. Use this to get an extra point of damage from my catapult. There we go. The Prowler. Getting some size. Ah, le Clothier! Welcome to the tavern, Clothier. Okay. I'll hit him with the old double block. If this works, it's pretty good for me. I trade a 3-4 for a 3-4. What is it tapping me like? Gosh darn it, game. What kind of tapping is that? Jeez Louise. It was my fault. I will just wait a turn now because it doesn't really matter. I can't play the adventure part anyway. Ouch. Oh, that'll be good. Oh, that'll be real nice. That'll do. That'll do nicely. As long as I don't die this turn, I should be in good shape. Sure, I'll take a bit of damage. But after that, I'll be able to kill their threats. I'll go to 4 this turn. Bob's your uncle. Hopefully. Okie doke. They take some damage. Le damage. So they're going to be at 16 roughly because they'll be able to sack their food. I can Threadbind click their 2 Unveil Guide, bounce their Monstrosity, hit them for 7. Functionally 9 because of the Catapult. The auto tapper was not good to me here. Could have had Hearth Elemental in play this turn so I could hit them. Yep. Goodbye, Balluna's Gatekeeper. Sad day. And now I go to 2. They have this Celebrant, don't they? Cheeky. I think I'm dead if they have a buyback spell, yeah. Gosh, I was so close. I don't have any life gain, so I'm just dead here. Yep, we will concede. Oh, that was brutal. We would have been in fine shape, and then they just played some, like, devastating card that owned us. What was it? Oh, Princess Takes Flight. Duh, that card is absolutely broken. So good. Every time I play it, I feel like I win. Every time it gets played against me, I feel like I win. There's just, like, no answer because it exiles. Oh, my gosh. It's just insane. That card is so good. It's, like, unbeatable. It never has a downside. It's just like exile your best thing, hit you for 5 every time. Well, we have half of our combo, and we're going to dig for the other half. And we're going to try to mana screw them, because that is what LVD said to do. He gave us a mission. And to fulfill that mission is our ultimate quest. We must try. I've never played this card. We must try to mana screw them. I hear you like your planes, opponent. What if you had an island instead? Oh, yes. We can even bargain it away to dig for our catapult. Yes. Yes. We shall search for an island. And then sleight of hand. We wanted to dig first so we know more about our deck. I think we want the duelist. That seems pretty good to me. Sure, we have something to sacrifice to the Tome Seeker. No, they found a plains. Aw. So we're going to Farsight Ritual, sacking this thing to dig for 8. Or we'll see what presents itself, but that's my current plan. If they use this to cast a counterspell, I would be so happy. It would be so funny. Sure. This is legitimately 5 lands. Well, we're going to take... we can't cast the white spell. But we have a treasure. And this. We're doing that because it's more mana efficient. And our deal 3 can still take down their 4/3. Yes. Oh, they did. They were playing blue. That's hilarious. And now we will flick a coin if they play a 1 toughness guy. Not quite 1 toughness. So we can double whammy them. Ping! Ping! And we can use one of the planes to cast this guy because this is one of the white spells that we have. The other one, of course, being this guy. We could play a 1-mana 4/5. But I like being able to use the Threadbind click. This is just about as good as it could go for us. We get to spend all our mana on stuff we wanted to play anyway. We're gonna exile my guy. Sure, sure. I'm not going to overextend into a potential wrath here. I'm destroying them on board. I feel like that's the only way I lose this game is if they play the 5-mana white wrath. Sure. Wait a second. I could just cast my... This is even better. Right now I'm thinking about what the exact text is on that Wrath. Is it like destroy creatures with power greater than a certain thing? Let's see. End my turn. What is its exact text? Gosh, so frustrating. Okay. Yep, they're super dead. Gosh, it's so hard to search in the card gallery. You don't know what the name of the card is. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, let's find our next match. Let's get into the queue, and then I'll... Because I'm trying to figure out how to play around it, like the Wrath, and like if they can just destroy big creatures. I think it's like they choose a number and then kill all creatures bigger than that. Card set. Wilds of Eldraine. Apply. Let's get back in the queue. Okay. So the card that I'm looking for is... Expel the Interlopers. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number. So my line actually does get punished, because if they draw Expel the Interlopers, they can choose 4. Power greater than or equal to the chosen number. So they could choose 5 and destroy all of my big guys and still have their 4/4 in play. But if I bounce their guy, it's the same problem, except then they kill all of my stuff. Well, when we find our mountain, then they'll be sorry. We'll find a mountain by then. Oh my gosh. Booyah. I'm just going to play the 1/3. It's kind of exactly what I need here. The hope is that they don't just put a young hero on Ginger Root, but eventually I'll just bounce that with a Johann's stopgap. Some coins shall be flicked, though. Oh, and I could maybe mana screw them. We'll look into it. Nope, never mind. Never mana screwing them. Ah, but they have to flick a coin me. I'll take 2 or whatever it is. Perfect, a removal spell. Ugh. Don't really need Spreading Seas. Just gonna do that. Seems like a reasonable card to get. I kind of wanted to get back Flick a Coin, but it's so much worse if they know I have it. Okay, so they have one good draw coming up. Okay, it was probably the land that they kept. Maybe. I suspect they have make 2 rats. Two rats? Oh. Sure. So they can play any red spells they hit. Luckily, some of my good red spells are already there. Okay, their own cut-in. If they'd hit my counter spell, it would have been so funny. No! Stop it! Bouncing this dragon is going to be very painful for me. But that's life. Look at the auto tapper doing my work for me. You'll love to see that. My deck is running low on spells, which is kind of sad. I hope they didn't get my Saga. They got my plane, so I can't cast this white part. Let's see what they took. Time for a little memory game. So four lands. That's 12, 13, 14. Oh, it's just a land? That's boring. 1, 4, 9, 10. 11, yeah. I will say I was not thinking they'd have Rat out. The reason I attacked is because this Decadent Dragon is a huge problem. Okay, we're dead. And I figured if they didn't block, then I could maybe cheese them out with a couple burn spells. Not a good plan, but we were not going to win that game. Double Decadent Dragon is too good. I didn't have my cut in. I didn't save it. Felt like every card I played, they had the perfect answer. I played my 6/5, they had their deal 5. Just, yeah. If they hadn't had an answer for the 6/5, I think I could have won. I also had all of my good cards in the top deck situation on the bottom of my deck. So, like, Hearth Elemental, Apprentice's Folly, all my good stuff. Just not really where I needed it to be. The dragon is just brutal when it takes your cards. This is an easy keep. Normally you wait, but I'm just going to do it now to just give me a little bit of time to decompress after that last game. I'm going to get my planes. Just going to play out my 3/2. It's not the best card in the format. It's a lot of the time you just end up playing it as a 3/2. Just peachy. I'm not going to play around -4, -0, but I am going to play around them giving it +1/+1. We'll hold up our mana. They might think we have a counterspell and play accordingly. We might be able to ping something. Catapult. We can ping them. Try to draw land. There we go. Whoa. We have both bounce spells available, so we could potentially almost kill them this turn. Ah, I see. I'm gonna do it like this so we can get our storm killed down. There's nothing more terrifying than being where your opponent is and being like, please don't have a big spell, please don't have a big spell, please don't have a big spell. But I've got a big spell that I just drew. Let's go. Oh, that's a good card. They kind of have a free chump block. This just lets them copy their guy again if they're even willing to do it. They were kind of priced into this block, though, which is why I did it. Because, like, now when I play my big guy next turn, which they see coming, either one's lethal. And their folly does nothing. If we win this game, we've locked in at least an even record. Okay, they're dead. Ooh, Storm-killed Prowler doing some work here. Yes, we have secured at least a 3-3 record. Huge. And, yes, let's get a winning record. Do it for LVD! Also, if you enjoy me having guests on, let me know in the comments. Who should I bring on as a guest next? Oh, baby, it's your folly. Your folly is come to punish you. Oh, and we have our bargain card. And now there's nowhere to hide when you pushed my card aside. Man, this Plains has actually been pretty good. Pretty good. Every time. Just grabs the card I don't want. Okay. Against Black-Red, do I just want to play at 1-3? I do not think so. I think I can afford to get my value. Fill my graveyard for the Tome Seeker as well. Nice. Flicker coin is perfect. It's perfect. Beautiful. Next turn we can play our guys. Edge wall pack, sure. Just gonna kill that now. While they're tapped out. Easily block here. We'll hold up our counterspell. They know we have something because otherwise we would have played this duelist, but we're really just trying to kill this thing. Kill this guy with this thing. That is what the doctor ordered. A thread vine, click. Nice and hot. They kept it on top, eh? Hilda's Crown of Winter. This guy hopefully can gain us some life. Hilda's Crown of Winter is going to be a little annoying to beat. Certainly doable, though. What did they put on top? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's the worst card for me to see in the world. Okay. I'm going to play this. Sure, Mana Leak isn't much, but I'm going to get another flyer when I play the Folly. And it forces them to use this to stop my blocks. Okay, they get a food, sure. And if they do try to cast something super expensive, I can counter it. Next turn, I'm priced into casting either the Stopgap or the Spell Stutter. I mean, or the Tome Seeker. Probably the Tome Seeker. Get back a Flick a Coin. They're sacking it? Whoa. That's actually good for me. I think I would let them draw 3 cards if it meant getting rid of this thing. Because now they're going to have a spell for me to counter, presumably. Sure. Counter unless you pay for. Oh, they have a treasure. Nice. Definitely getting back Flick a Coin, because that'll even gain me 2 life. Keep attacking. I've got my Obira's Attendants to use with this treasure. This Curiosity has not done much, we will say, in all honesty. I could have forced a trade there. That would have been better, I think. Yeah, that would have been way better. Okay, they take a damage. Sure, they're totally dead. There's no way they win this game. Not from here, at least. So they're going to go to 1. Sure. They get 2 rats, too. I guess I did put myself dead to a top deck +2/+0. That's kind of dumb of me. Sure. My gosh, if I lose to that, I'm going to be so sad. Okay, so we don't die. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Four, 5, 6, 7. My gosh, that was close. Oh gosh. Whew. I can't believe the way I did that. I should have just kept attacking with my flyers. I was so safe. Though I might have lost then, because then they would have used the adventure mode on that. So I wouldn't have been able to block. The way that worked out was rather fortuitous, you could say. You could say that it was fortuitous the way it worked out. I certainly found it fortuitous. Yes, winning record secured. We have made LVD proud, hopefully. We have secured victories. We have claimed big-time wins. All while climbing through the ranks of Diamond. To Mythic we go. But yeah, this deck is seriously fun. There's so many options, so many plays, so many adventures. So many adventures, so little time. We shall show this platinum player the meaning of diamonds. Yeah, Curiosity is definitely a card we should have cut, as he was explaining to me, but we will assemble this combo, maybe, and then it will be cool. These guys are really good. I like them. I love this card. So cool. I'll play a blocker. Don't need to use my removal spell just yet. If you're super far behind, using your removal spells first is a good idea, but here, I don't need to. Rodents of unusual sizes? I don't think they exist. Boom, immediately gets jumped on. Merry Bards. Not the best situation for me, but I am going to get to kill their Grand Guard. Not right now, but I'll take 4 first, and then I'll kill it. Merry Bards. In the merry, merry month of May, your bard must die. The Tome Seeker takes down the bard. I don't know why they did it that way. Land me, baby. Yes. Just so that I can deploy something. I can put Curiosity on it. Charge! Just gonna play another blocker. Can't block the 3, but we can block the other guys. Depending on what they have. If they have +2/+0, I can't win. And if both my guys die, I can just jam a couple of Hearth Elementals. One of the reasons I snapped off this block is because it's kind of unexpected as well. Oh, they have 2 Archon's Glories. Also, this solves the problem of Archon's Glory being just like, oh gosh, okay, well. Sure. Because they could have like sacked the rat that was being blocked to, yeah. And I take 5. If I get to the super late game, I can bounce one of these to my own hand. But 2/4/5 should hold the ground pretty well. I'll play my 6/5 next. 3 mana 4/5 is nothing to scoff at. And they did just use 2 combat tricks, so I might not have anything to punch through. Hold the line for hearth and home. So what is this saying? That they have a deal 3? Sure. I can let one of my guys die. Monstrous Rage. Okay. I see. But this one goes my way. Let's go. You're kidding me! What's it like to have it all, opponent? Here, I'm going to do this. If I do draw my planes and get this thing into this thing, it'll be perfect. But they can't have that many more answers. There's just no getting over you. Hopelessly addicted to you. Now there's nowhere to hide. Yes! Yes! Oh, we don't have the curiosity, but we're going to get to this into cut in. Oh, it's going to be so good. Cut in probably their 3/2, maybe their 4/2. Sure. Okay. No blocks. I'm about to gain the life back. Yes, I gained 4 life. Huge. I'm sending. You can't give them time to claw their way out of this. Top deck an Imidane's Recruiter or something. I've got a blocky or block. Again, I can take 1. won! Yes! For glory! Yes! Woohoo! Got there. Let's go. There's nowhere to hide when you got your tapified. We didn't get the combo yet, but we're 5-2. Let's go. Blue, red, blue, red. Man, getting that flick a coin was so clutch. It was the clutchest. They don't call me Clutch Nicolai for nothing. Can LVD lead us to the promised land, the trophy? Let's do it. We shall do our best. We shall do our utmost. Ah, yes. The apprentice is folly. Plus a catapult. Much wind. Yes, the plains! Ooh, baby, the combo is starting to come together. And now there's nowhere to hide when you push my love aside. That song is stuck in my head, as you can probably tell. I'm really worried about flick a coin. Flick, flick, flick. Interessante. I need to have a couple creatures in play. I'm just gonna buy some time. Dig for some landos. Nice. I have a lot of options here. I don't think I can afford to play my 2-drop. I think I'm just going to play Farsight Ritual. I changed my mind. I'm going to play this first. See what I shall see. Spreading Seas, not useful. I'll take the land. I'm going to hope they just don't have flick a coin. Most red decks do have flick a coin, which is why I didn't really want to make this play. But that's just the weakness of Prowler. Sure. Wow, they didn't have flick. That is quite a rip. Kill this guy. Unless they're triggering this at instant speed, I can block with my 0-4. Next turn, it's folly time. I have enough creatures. Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage here. I'm taking 8. Bitcoin, you say? I have 6 mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Hope they can't trigger it again. I've got decent blocks. And the next turn, I think I can just kill them. They'll be at 12, 10. Okay. 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 Ah, they exile it too. Tough. So I deal 2 to them first. I think I can finish off by playing this because I'm going to be getting some spells in the yard. So if I find a land off this. Gosh, ironically, this is the exact card I wanted. Now I don't think it matters. Do I just play my 4/5? Yeah. Shields are up! Get your defenses ready! We have a battle on our hands. It will not be easy, but we have the 4-on-4 matchup, and our creatures are better. The problem is they have a card in hand that we do not know about. Ah, they have cooped me. I have been cooped! That's an easy block there, easy block here, easy block here. Yes, we got the win. Just barely. Exactly. Woo! That was sweet. That was such a close one. The curiosity, no. Yes! Oh my gosh. By the skin of our teeth. Wait, is that an orange username? Are they a Wizards of the Coast employee? Did we just beat WotC themselves? Let's go! Orange username usually means WotC employee. Let's go. We won. We were victorious. Through the mist, through the woods, it's a... He's got claws super long, razor sharp ones. This is for the trophy. This is the battle that we've been waiting for. We can do it. We'll do it for you, LVD. For the power of friendship and teamwork. Oh my gosh, this is intense. This is getting intense. Gosh, the Apprentice's Folly has been like, make 2 creatures, then you just bargain away every time. It's been very good. The Catapult was so good that game. The Hearth Elementals have been clutch. We've just been casting them for so cheap. Oh my gosh. And then our adventure creatures coming in clutch. Maybe we'll win with the combo in this game. It would only be fitting for all the people that watched the whole video. Oh my gosh, it's Echo Bravo. What a legend. He's a streamer. I've watched him before. Oh, baby, we've got a hand here. We're on the draw. He's number 23 Mythic. Good job, man. This is not looking good for our hero. I'm going to do this. I think I need to gamble. I think I need to gamble. And now we just hope. We hope to draw a land, because that is what we need. He is stuck on land, or maybe playing mono white. Come on, land. I know you're in my deck. I know you're there. I know that you would like to be drawn. There's a land in my deck. It was drawn right on cue. Huge! Yes! Hooray! Oh, you think you can stop me, Echo Bravo. But I am playing with the combined skill of me and LegenVD. Combined into a intricate meshing pattern. Your Pie Wielder is no match for the power of the Hearth Elemental. Ah, I see. I'll take that. Play my 4/5. What you gonna do when I play my 4/5? Ah, you have cooped him up. Not cool, Brohim. Amigo, as they say in some necks of the woods. Well, we will do our best. He's completely mana screwed, so hopefully he's out of spells. You hate to win that way, but you gotta win any way you can when you're playing against a very good player. And I My Hearth Elemental has been cooped up, which makes me sad. Sure. Just gonna fetch my thing now. Hope this is good enough. I could have tried to go for this thing and then also played my guy, but this way I can use the treasure to get back like a coin or something. Another plains, that's tough. That is tough. Not the color he was hoping for, unless he's playing mono white, which maybe he is. He's got a lot of white cards. Armory Mice, sure. So I block here. I can't afford to block. It's so bad, though. So how much mana? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play this, play that. I think I can do everything. Play this. Bargain. Sack this. Flick a coin. No, I'm 1 mana off. Dang it. That was a draw. Now I have an extra blocker, so I don't think he can kill me now. I'm in survival mode. If I survive, I can win. That's terrifying. I'm terrified. Perfect. Cut in and Luna's Gatekeeper. I can feel his pain. These are the sorts of games that feel really tough to lose because he got mana screwed horrifically. And now I'm in really good shape here. And I'll get to bounce his token. I could still lose this game, but looking more and more likely that I'll secure the W. Because white does not have the sort of reach you need to win these games. Oh, he's sacking it now. Does he have a top deck that wins him the game? Two to the top. Oh no, what is he drawing? Regal Bunnycorn. Oh no. Maybe I should have attacked with Obiris, but he has 4 attackers. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/6 blockers. So if he plays like a cooped up, I have a removal spell though, I guess. Yes! Oh, in the 11th hour, we assemble our combo. Yes! Oh, we did it. We can just activate it now, because if he does attack, we'll get to cast our thing. Oh, I'll draw a card. No big deal. It's time to take some action, boys. It's time to follow me. Kill the beast. Oh my gosh, we got our combo at the last possible second. Okay. Two to the bottom. So he is playing mono white, I assume. He has to be. I think we're about to win. We're about to get the trophy. We are about to do LVD proud. Because as we say, all credit goes to him if we win. All blame goes to me if we lose. Take down the bunny corn. Draw. Oh! That's gonna be good. Oh my gosh. I think I could just win if I copied that guy, but this is so much more satisfying to win this way. I mean, I win either way. He's letting me have my fun. What a legend. Wow. We did the combo in the last game at the very end. Imagine if I decked myself by accident there. Imagine if I went to click good game and accidentally bolted myself. That would have been so bad. Oh my gosh. That would have been the worst possible way. Oh my gosh. Well, if you did enjoy this video, remember to check out LegenVD's stuff on YouTube and Twitch. He is a fantastic creator, and it was really great for him to join me for this draft. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, in the comments section down below, leave hashtag LVDcombo to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. Because not only was it the NicolaiBolas LegenVD combo, but we also assembled the Curiosity Catapult combo in the final game. and it helped us secure the victory. So hashtag LVD combo to let me know you made it to the end of this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this and enjoy collaboration videos. Comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Other guests you'd like to see, questions you have about the draft and the deck build and all of that good stuff. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.